Sorry for the technical glitch. So we're discussing about nominal partner. Nominal partner can be of two types: partner by estoppel and partner by holding out. Number one, partner by estoppel. A person who is not a partner in a firm but through his or her words, spoken or written, or conduct or behavior represent himself or herself as a partner is known as partner by estoppel. So any person who is not a partner, neither he contributes capital nor shares the profits or losses of the business, but through his conduct or behavior represents himself or herself as a partner is called partner by estoppel. In this case, he will be liable to those parties, those who advance money to the firm, those who provide loan to the firm, or those who sell goods to the firm on credit basis, on such representation that he or she is also a partner in the firm. In that case, he or she will also be responsible for such debts or loan to be prepaid. Next is partner by holding out. A person who is not a partner in a firm but knowingly allows himself or herself to be represented as a partner in a firm is called partner by holding out. Such a person becomes liable to third parties for the repayment of debts by extended to the firm on such representation. In order to avoid this liability, such a person should immediately inform a denial clarifying his position to the third party that he is not a partner to the firm, or else he will also be liable to the repayment of such debts. Next is minor partner. A minor is a person who has not completed the age of 18 years, and according to the rules and laws of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, a minor cannot become a partner in a partnership firm because he is incompetent to enter into a valid contract. Any person who has not completed the age of 18 years is called a minor, and a minor is incompetent to enter into any valid contract. So, according to the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act 1932, a minor cannot become a partner in any of the partnership firms. However, he may be admitted as a partner. He may be admitted as a partner for the benefits of partnership with the consent of all the partners. If all the partners give their consent, a minor can be admitted only to the benefits of partnership. Means he will be allowed to take the benefits of the business, but he will not be forced to suffer for the losses. Next is partnership deed. A partnership is formed by an agreement which may be oral or in writing. Such agreement is called partnership deed. This document contains all the clauses, all the important information, all the provisions and the rules that the partners have decided among themselves. Now let us see what are the contents or clauses of a partnership deed. Number one, name and address of the partnership firm. Next, name and address of the partners, nature of the business, location of the business, amount of capital invested by each partner, duration of partnership, ratio in which profits and losses had to be shared, the amount of salary or commission payable to any partner. So all these type of information are entered into a partnership deed. Next, it is not compulsory to have a partnership deed in writing. There can be an oral agreement also. Next is registration of a partnership firm. Registration of a partnership firm is not compulsory. However, it is beneficial to have a registration. Now, why it is beneficial to have a registration? Let us see. Let us see the consequences of non-registering a firm. If the firm is not registered, what are the consequences of that? Number A, a partner of an unregistered firm cannot file a case against the firm or any other past or present partner. A partner of an unregistered firm cannot file a case against the firm or any other partner. An unregistered firm cannot file a case against a third party for the recovery of claims, but third party for his claim can file a suit against an unregistered firm. Partners of an unregistered firm cannot file a case against each other. Also, an unregistered firm cannot file a case against any of the partners. In view of this, it is always advisable that a partnership firm must be registered. Next, the procedure of registration. In the registration of a firm, the following steps are included. Submission of the application in the prescribed form signed by all the partners along with the prescribed fee to the registrar of firms. The application signed by all the partners along with the prescribed fee must be submitted to the registrar of firms, in which all the information like name of the firm, location of the firm, name of other places where the firm has business, date on which various partners joined the firm, name and address of the partners, duration of period of partnership or business, all such information must be recorded in such form. After receiving the form, the registrar starts his investigation and verifies all the information mentioned in it. And at last, if the registrar of the firms is satisfied with the authenticity of the information, he will provide a certificate of registration which will be a proof of the registration of partnership firm. So this was all about partnership firm. If you have any queries regarding this, please text me or call me on my contact number. Next day we will see about cooperative society. Till then, thank you very much and bye.